Hi, collective. I'm ancient. Let's see what messages are coming in. Okay, so before I was able to pull a card, I heard someone feels that you've completely turned your back on them, no longer waiting, no longer investing. Um, Someone is blocked energetically, or they're actually blocked. Okay, so we have the Six of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and then the Seven of Wands. Okay, yeah, so that's that blockage. You have a fire sign or someone who acts like a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This could have been someone that you're very attracted to. Maybe they showed you a lot of desire and passion, but nothing else. What I am seeing is that this person feels completely blocked off from you, not being able, they're upset about it too. It's not so much being upset with you, just upset with them not being able to contact you, or um be able to contact you while also feeling important. Like they no longer feel important, especially if you have them blocked. They know that you're not trying to talk to them or work things out or whatever. All right, let's clarify this Seven of Wands, see what this is about. Let's clarify this Seven of Wands. Okay. So clarifying the Seven of Wands, we have justice. Yeah, this is karma. You turning your back on this person, you blocking them, you no longer showing interest is karma. 100%. It's like clarify justice. This is the this is the only way that you could bring balance to the situation energetically. This was the right move. Tell me about justice, strength. And I feel like this wasn't simple. Okay. If you block the person, you could have blocked them, unblocked them, blocked them, unblocked them. We have the Six of Cups in reverse. But ultimately, you really looked at the situation and found that um this is not what you want in a relationship. It's like you realize this person wasn't truly invested. They never gave to you emotionally. So there was really nothing for you to hold on to. And if you held on to the person, it would just be because you were making things up in your head. So we have the Six of Cups reversed. We have the Two of Cups. Yeah. Like you would have been holding on to the potential or the possibility of a relationship. But the reality is that this person wasn't showing you affection. So there was nothing to hold on to, which is why it was simple, but wasn't simple to block them. Because I feel like you were hoping that by keeping by keeping a level of communication open, meaning like not blocking them, that you would get it would give them a chance to come to their senses and reach out to you, which I feel like they have, but they're blocked now. But again, why would you want to wait, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years? Why would you put yourself in that position to give them a chance when they have you waiting this long? Okay. So Ten of Swords, the Queen of Swords. Yeah, you had to be honest and truthful with yourself. This is you in that King of Swords, Queen of Swords energy, speaking truth to justice. As I stated before many times, the King and Queen of Swords is the hardest energy to master, because the King of Swords and Queen of Swords is that energy of cutting people off, taking the sword and just cutting off communication, even if it hurts you sometimes. The King and Queen of Swords is the energy of falling on your own sword, you know, but it's like being the more mature, seasoned person, taking action, asking all the right questions. And then even if the person doesn't give you a full answer, you take that as an answer. That's the King and Queen of Swords. Yeah, the lovers. You love this person 1,000%, and they loved you. They love you still. You love this person, they love you, but there was just, it wasn't working. This person, because it was something this person was doing. This person wasn't showing you any emotion. They pretended like they were not interested in you. Well, they were interested in you. You knew it. They would show you physically, maybe if you were intimate with the person, but in terms of love, this person wouldn't offer their heart to you. So they were closed off emotionally. The sun. Yeah. And I feel what was challenging about blocking this person and completely cutting them off, although you knew that they deserved that, is this could have been a beautiful relationship. A beautiful relationship. You know that, they know that, but they had to get over some sort of fear, or this person has some healing to do, whatever. But um and now they realize it, but you're gone. You already saw the lovers in the sun. You already saw that the connection with this person could have brought the sun. They didn't see it, or just didn't want to see it. Now they see it, but they're blocked. Ten of Swords. They ruined it. Let's see, how's this person thinking and feeling about that? How do they think and feel knowing that the devil, clarify the devil, they let their fears take control of the situation. They couldn't overcome fears, insecurities. Tell me about the devil. The Four of Swords, the moon. Yeah, this person, what they think about the situation is it was all in their head. They realized everything that they were scared of, all the fears, um, the insecurity, everything that they told themselves, it was all a lie. It was all in their head. They were terrified of you, terrified of the love. This sounds a bit repetitive. The Hierophant, the Two of Pentacles. They went back and forth on whether or not they could commit to you, or whether or not you could commit to them, if this was the right situation, if this was the right fit. It's just like this person wouldn't give the situation a chance emotionally. If you were intimate with them, I don't feel like they had a problem being with you in that regard. But opening up to you emotionally, this person just had a hard time. We have the Three of Pentacles. Tell me about the Three of Pentacles. The Two of Swords. They could have, if there was somebody else around, another woman, another man, they could have been going back and forth trying to figure out what was, like, they didn't want to make the wrong choice. Let's see. Okay, tell me about this other person, because if there was somebody else around, we have the Page of Swords. Tell me about the Page of Swords. The Ten of Pentacles. Page of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so there could have been somebody else around them that the Page of Swords with the Ten of Pentacles, that's interesting. This feels like someone that came off a bit stalkerish, or forced their way into a relationship with the person, because that's weird. If it's not that, the person that they were connected to, they could have met this person online and from afar. Okay, give me one more card for this, clarifying the Page of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. That just seems kind of weird. Because the Page of Swords is somebody that has a hard time communicating. They also they stalk, they watch. So this person could have had someone in their energy, and what made it challenging to get, I'm gonna say it, to get rid of the person or to get away from them, is this person was like watching them or kind of stalking them. this is someone that was love bombing them, but not even with love, with the Ten of Pentacles, like, oh, let's have a family together. Let's do this, let's do that. It was something weird about this. Something about the Page of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. Something about the Page of Swords. Yeah, this person had like alternative motives. We have the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like, okay, so this person was looking for a relationship, but like uh, looking for a relationship that would lead to marriage, looking for someone that they could build a family with. If they don't have children, if they wanted children, they could have children with the person. If that's the case, if it's not, it's just about this person was very serious, looking for someone that they could build a life with. And so they could have gotten caught up with that person, and that person said everything that they wanted to hear. We got the Hangman and the Nine of Pentacles. But now this person is seeing things from a different perspective. That person could have already had like their own family, the other person. What are they seeing from a different perspective? The Eight of Wands with the Nine of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, that this person moved too quickly, moved too fast in that other relationship. So by the time you came around, they were trying to pull themselves from that person, but the person was like on them. They could have had an ex that was kind of overbearing, but they wish they would have slowed down with that person. Tell me more. The Queen of Wands. Okay. What about this Queen of Wands? I feel like that's you because they showed up as the King of Wands. The Seven of Swords. Okay. They made you the other woman. So this person, they made you the other woman or the other man, although this person could have lied. And what they lied about is that they actually wanted a relationship with you. That's what they were, or just they wanted a relationship and that's what they were looking for. They wanted um something long term. Again, they could have already been dealing with somebody else where it was long term. Tell me about the Seven of Swords. The World. I'm going to tell you one thing. If this person was deceptive to you, if they cheated, if they lied, that was a lesson. You could have also learned a lesson as well. There was a lesson too. I'm not going to get into your lesson, but there was a lesson that you learned when dealing with that, when you dealt with that person. Tell me about the World. Yeah, so your lesson could have been about wasting time. I'm also getting where this, if could have been a Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces person, or whatever. Um, they don't feel good about the situation. We got the Five of Pentacles and the Hermit. They feel like they lost out on something with you, and they learned their lesson. The lesson was learned. All right, let's. Yep, Ten of Cups. That's that happily ever after. Five of Pentacles. They don't feel good about it. They feel like they lost. And they, you know what? This sounds arrogant, what I'm about to say. It kind of is, but it's kind of not. They feel like, yes, they lost you, but you also lost them. Wait, hold on. I know some of y'all like, But what I'm saying is, they never showed you the Ten of Pentacles. They never showed you the Ten of Cups. They know how they are when they're in love, and they know that their love is rare, their love is unique and special, and they don't give it to everyone. And you were the person and still are the person, but I feel like you have them blocked or you turn your back on them. um they recognize that you also lost out on love, in a sense, right? from their perspective, from like their love. You didn't lose out because you're gonna get your justice in a new relationship. If you haven't already, you will. But that's just how they feel. Four, okay, so we got the Four of Wands and the Ace of Wands. Yeah, they're mourning the loss of a potential long lasting love is what I'm getting. Then we have the Empress at the bottom of the deck. Behind that, we have the Ace of Pentacles and we have the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, this person wants nothing more than to have you in their life. Long term, forever. But they didn't say anything. This person stayed silent. They lied to you quite a bit. This person didn't tell you, their truthful and honest feelings and what they wanted from you and with you. This person kept a lot hidden. So that's the outcome. All right, I'm gonna leave it here. That's all I have for you. Thank you so much.